Hello, I just thought I'd fill you in as to where I am at the moment, and as usual I'm not exactly sure where I am, although I can tell you I am in Germany. Was in Belgium yesterday for the first night, just Friday night, crossed over through Luxemburg about lunchtime, and currently somewhere in Germany heading for my next Airbnb. It's been very nice. I've been very lucky with the weather. See how nice and sunny it is. I'm not sure if the weather's going to hold, but I do have my waterproof, so hopefully if it rains, just crack on through. But I just wanted to, I thought I'd show you what the roads were like actually. I know it sounds really boring, but they're just so smooth. Luxembourg had the best roads I've ever been on, not as in like the most entertaining, but they're so smooth. There are just no potholes. And people watching this that live in East Sussex, like I do, it's just a nightmare in East Sussex in England. There's just no potholes here. The roads are a bit bumpy sometimes, but this road is just a crappy little country road that doesn't really go anywhere. I've just gone through one little village in Germany and I'm going to go to another little village. It's not even like a major route. Two bikes have just gone past in about the last 10 minutes. I've been sitting here having a drink. And I don't know how Europeans could do it, because oh, there's another bike. French roads are generally good, Germans are brilliant, and the Belgian and Luxembourg roads seem to be the best ones really. But the UK just can't do it. I don't know why. We should employ some German and engineers to come over to the UK and fix our roads, because they're all like this. They are lovely and smooth. I haven't just stopped at the best road I've found. I just stopped because I needed a drink, but all the roads around here are lovely. So for people that are watching that haven't bothered to go to Europe, or can't be bothered, or don't know what the big deal is, just come over. You won't regret it. It's brilliant. It's easy. The tunnel is a piece of cake. It's not that expensive. 140 quid to get a bike over there and back. I think it was this year, 2025. Just do it. Yeah. Anyway. Heading for Germany today, so we've got 3 nights in Germany coming up, in the Black Forest area. Then I've got 2 or 3 nights in France coming up as well, then back to Belgium and then back on the tunnel to get home on Friday. Okay, I'll keep you posted. Lots of love, see ya, bye.
Hello, you join me now in the Black Forest in Germany. So this is day 4 of my week. I arrived in the Black Forest yesterday, and today was a day just riding around the roads in the Black Forest. Trying to stay away from the B500 because it can be pretty busy, and I've heard there's reduced speed limits now. So, but the Black Forest is huge and lovely, and there's plenty of places to ride without going on the B500. Weather today has been pretty dire actually. It's just been raining all day, no other way of putting it. It's been raining constantly. I left about 8 o'clock this morning, had a nice sort of circular trip planned, stopped for pizza for lunch, and then by about 2 o'clock, to be honest, I was so cold and just getting a bit fed up really, so I sort of detoured and got back to my Airbnb a little bit earlier. I've had a nice shower, and the hairdryer is currently running in the bathroom trying to dry off all my clobber, my boots and all that stuff that's all soaking wet now. I'm heading for Aubenas tomorrow in France, which is a lovely little town. It's only about, I say about 100 miles really as the crow flies, but I'm making a nice 250 mile sort of scenic route, if you like, heading sort of definitely south and then west and then north, so making it much more longer than just diving across to Aubenas. So yeah, that should be fun. About 250 miles tomorrow. I'm staying at the Owl House, which I've stayed at before. It's a really nice house in Aubenas. It's got a nice garage. It's a 400-year-old old hospital, I think it used to be, like 450 years ago. So I'm sure I'll put some photos up of that when I get there. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far. See you tomorrow.
I'm just checking out. The lady that owns the farm asked me to say goodbye when I left, so I'm just going to do that and then crash home on, and then I've got 8 hours today to Aubenas in France. So that should be fun, and it's not raining, so forecast is damp. It's about 88% chance of rain on average, 60 to 80% all day really, so I'm going to chuck the waterproofs on anyway, see what happens, because it's quite chilly actually. It's 6 degrees according to the BBC weather app, but it doesn't feel that cold. But when you're riding it is, so I'm going to chuck the waterproofs on, keep them warm, and by about 4 o'clock tonight I should be in Aubenas, probably 5 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock in the morning now, so it's ready to go. So next stop will be France. This is the unglamorous side of motorcycling that lots of YouTube bloggers don't tell you, but here's a situation update. I'm on my way to Aubenas. I had a few glitches this morning. Tyre pressures are low, I can't find a garage to get on the tyre pressure, air, petrol's luckily half tanked, I'm okay with that. Sat nav keeps turning itself on and off, so there's obviously a bit of a glitch in the power supply. Got my top box secured by a cable tie because the lock froze or dumped up overnight. What else? I'm absolutely freezing. Got 4 layers on, heated jacket over the boots, heated grips on maximum, heated seat on, but it's 6 degrees. It's misty and foggy and absolutely freezing. 6 degrees. Haven't had, it's 11:40, I need some lunch, need a coffee, had 2 cereal bars, a cup of tea this morning about 7:30. I'm completely out of water. I've got no more water left. Haven't had a drink for 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, I mean, people show you all this sun and how great it is, but biking, especially on your own, it's hard work. But I'm still alive. I'm trying to warm up. I will find coffee and I will find a pizza for lunch, and then I'm back on track. I'll be in France soon with any luck, back in overnight. But 7.5 degrees. Gone up 7.5 degrees, come down a little bit. I was on top of the mountain earlier and it was absolutely freezing. Couldn't see diddly squat. Yeah, I've got the wrong gear. There you go. Too much summer stuff and I need more winter stuff. Anyway, I will gonna crack on. See you later. So here's something you don't see very often, well, not in England. You can get pizza made by the side of the road. You can even smell it. It actually smells very nice. So you just order your pizza from the box, the machine makes it, pops it out in a cardboard box for you. How cool is that? Yeah, so as you can see, ended up crashing the bike there in France on that corner. I was just following the car in front. It wasn't going that quick, wasn't braking or accelerating or anything. Just gently turned into the corner, and the front of the bike just washed away. Probably on some diesel would be my best guess. So yeah, went down and slid down the road, and that was the end of that
trip really. Knocks it out of you a bit when you fall off a bike, so I had to sort of sit in the middle of the road for a few minutes just getting my breath back, because although it wasn't very quick, it was still quite a bad bump, you know, and a bit of a shock, I suppose. So the other motorists were good, everybody stopped and helped, and we got the bike up. Injury wise, it turned out I did fracture my ankle, but I didn't know that till I got back to the UK like 4 days later. Went to A&E after the swelling had, well, not gone down basically, my ankle was getting bigger and bigger. Had it checked out, and a fractured ankle. Obviously massive bruising on one side, but you'd expect that after sliding down the road at 30 or 40 miles an hour. But other than that, I'm fine. So at the time, the other traffic helped me pick the bike up. We moved it to the side. Somebody, not me, but somebody phoned the police. The fire brigade turned up, an ambulance turned up, even a recovery truck turned up. Don't know who organised all that, but somebody did. So thank you to these kind French people for doing that. Paramedics checked me over. It was reasonably okay, and they did offer me a trip to the hospital, but I couldn't be bothered with that because I didn't know where it was, with miles away. I felt all right really, so I declined that. So they left. Police breathalyzed me, but that was clear obviously because I didn't drink, or don't drink and ride. So they went, and the fire engine didn't stay long either. Didn't really need them. Don't know why they turned up. The bike was put on the back of a low loader and disappeared off to a salvage yard. And everybody just buggered off really, so I was just left in this little lay-by where we'd convened, and there was no one around, and of course I can't speak French, so a few phone calls to the UK didn't result in much assistance. My breakdown or recovery services were not interested in any forward travel or anything like that, so I was a bit stuck actually, which is probably the lowest and the worst point of the entire day and that incident there. After the shock had worn off, I was just in the rain, no shelter, just in this lay-by, just all on my own because the police and the ambulance, everybody just left. So to make progress, I actually just flagged down a car. There is a lay-by where someone pulled in, so I just, using Google Translate, I just knocked on the window of this bloke's car. He couldn't speak any English, I couldn't speak any French, but with Google Translate and hand gestures you get away with stuff. And I asked, would you give me a lift down to the next town? He said yes, so he gave me a lift into the next town, which was a reasonable size actually, and then I was able to hire a car. I then drove that back to my Airbnb because all my personal belongings and clothes were there, so I had to do that. And once I got to the Airbnb and sort of recovered slightly, I booked I booked a train fare from the town where I'd been with this French bloke, because I had to take the hired car back to the same town, which was about 50 miles away, which is a pain. So I'd hired the car, gone back to my Airbnb, had to travel back to drop the car hire back off at the same place, which was annoying. But it did mean I could get a train to Strasbourg, which was a big city, and from there I was able to get a flight back to Gatwick, and all this happened a day after the accident. So I think it was a Thursday I crashed, booked everything Thursday night, and by Friday afternoon I was back in the UK. So yeah, that's sort of how that all panned out. The insurance company were not very quick. The bike was in France in a salvage yard for probably 6 weeks, waiting for it to be brought back. When it did come back, I submitted loads of photos under the insurance claim, and they decided eventually to write the bike off, which was a bit of a shame because, as you can see from the photos, it appeared to be largely cosmetic damage, crash bar and you know, the things like that, of course, which is designed to take impacts. So. But you know, it's not my decision. The insurance company have written the bike off, so that's that. I'm sure they'll be round soon to pick it up, and then I'll be looking for a new bike. So that trip was cut short. Next trip will be 2026. I've got May and September potentially booked in. I think Scotland again in May. Not sure about September yet. Maybe Wales, keep it local. May not go abroad for a little bit of time. It was a pain getting around, and the communication and the language and getting transport back, so I might just stay in the UK next year. Yeah, so be looking for a new bike over the winter and new bike gear, because as you noticed in the video, I was cold a lot actually, because all my gear, you bikers there, it was all summer gear I had pretty much, so it wasn't really designed for winter riding. not insulated enough, so I was very cold through most of that trip. So new gears required because it all got left in France. I couldn't bring it back and it was scuffed and damaged anyway, so on the search for new jackets and boots and stuff like that, and trousers, and obviously a new bike, all ready for next year's adventures. So yeah, be safe out there everybody, you never know what's around the corner. Ride safe, happy travels, and I will see you on my next trip in 2026. Bye. So the day has come that the Tiger is going to be picked up by the insurance company today. The guy's on his way in the lorry to pick up the bike, so I'm just going to wheel it out, get it ready for it to go. It's be a bit sad. I'm going to miss the old Tiger, but these things happen.